Alright guys, so today we're going to read Bad Kitty Gets a Bath by Nick Bruel, but this is going to be split up into parts. So make sure to tune in for the other parts. Today we're going to be reading the introduction and chapter 1. So here we go. Bad Kitty Gets a Bath by Nick Bruel. Introduction. This is how Kitty likes to clean herself. She licks herself. She licks her leg, she licks her tail, she licks her back, and to clean her face, she licks her front paws and rubs it all over where her tongue can't reach. Sometimes she'll do this for hours. Uncle Murray's fun facts. Why do cats lick themselves? This is a close-up of Kitty's tongue. It is covered with hundreds of tiny fishhook-shaped barbs. These barbs help her to comb her fur as she licks herself. Her tongue will also serve to collect any loose fur that she could swallow. These are partly composed of a protein called keratin. Do you know what else is made of keratin? Your fingernails. Holy salami, that goofy cat's got hundreds of tiny fingernails on her tongue. Kitty has to be careful sometimes. If she licks her fur too much, she can develop a hairball. Hairballs form in Kitty's stomach when she swallows too much fur. Sometimes the only way to get rid of that hairball is to cough it up. Coughing up a hairball isn't always easy. They can be stubborn, and sometimes those hairballs can be pretty darn big. Warning, you should never clean yourself the same way as Kitty. So this is how Kitty usually cleans herself. But sometimes, every now and then, Kitty needs a real bath. Chapter 1. Preparing Kitty's bath. Do you remember the last time you tried to give Kitty a bath? Be prepared. The first lesson that all cat owners must learn is that cats hate baths. For your own safety, please repeat this to yourself 4,893 times. It's not that cats don't like baths. It's that cats have a difficult relationship with them. It's not that cats chose not to vote for baths in the last election. It's not that cats would rather choose vanilla over baths. It's not that cats neglect to send baths a card on their birthdays. It's not that cats pick baths last when choosing sides for a kickball game. It's not that cats think about baths in the same way a fire hydrant thinks about dogs. It's not that cats look at baths in the same way that a vegetarian looks at 10 pounds of raw liver. It's not that cats once bought baths an awesome present that cost an entire month's allowance, and then baths didn't even have the decency to say thank you. It's simply that cats hate baths. Think about it this way. Why do cats hate baths? Despite what most people say, cats don't hate water. Fish live in water and cats love fish, so most cats don't mind getting a little wet. But cats do hate baths. That's because cats only like to get wet when they're the ones in control, when they choose to get wet. If someone else has decided to make them wet, they hate it. And if a cat has to get wet, the water had better be warm. A cat's fur is very good at keeping her warm, but not so good at keeping her dry. So if a cat gets wet in cold weather, that poor cat will have a hard time getting warm again. And that poor cat can catch a bad cold. So cats should always be bathed in warm, not hot water. Cats hate showers too, and they rarely sing old show tunes. Now that you understand that cats hate baths, you will be tested. You will find it much easier to prepare Kitty's bath before putting her in it. The following are some of the items you will need for Kitty's bath. 1 bathtub, plenty of warm water, cat shampoo, soap, a washcloth, handheld shower head, a brush, kitty-shaped bathrobe with a hood, and dry towels. And you should play it safe and make sure you have these items as well. A suit of armor, your doctor on speed dial, a letter to your loved ones, lots of bandages, lots of plasma, plane tickets, and a map to your Aunt Pauline's house where you can hide when it's over, a scratching post made to look like you, an ambulance in your driveway with the engine running. And of course, the last thing you'll need before giving Kitty a bath will be Kitty herself. But try not to say that out loud. Alright, so that was part 1 of this. So make sure to stay tuned for part 2, which I think we'll probably read chapter 2, maybe chapter 3. But stay tuned and let us know how you like this format. Stay safe, guys.